a diversified portfolio has underperformed recently. You've had to have an overweight in big tech in order to outperform the market. What gets me to that outperformance next? I'm trying to kind of tease apart what you're saying in terms of the balance between the Magnificent Seven and the rest of the market, and they maybe come back more into balance. What gives me the outperformance, therefore, in the market?
So within the US, you're looking for a broadening of earnings. That is the key, right? That's where you've been forced into the mega caps because that's the only place you've been able to find earnings growth over the past 18 months. That starts to change as we move into the second half of the year. And we've seen that through this earnings season recently, where it has been much more diversified. Regionally, we're still waiting, right? Because it's been a US story driven by the mega caps. I think this is where something like the FTSE 100 starts to work in many scenarios. It's not just a valuation story. Again, you think at the moment the market's solely focused on growth and focused on recession fears. We have a pretty big event coming up in the second half of the year in terms of the US election, which, to my mind, has sort of fallen off the market's radar. And if you do see US election-related volatility, if talk of debt levels and fiscal sustainability comes back, it's where something like the FTSE 100 starts to really work. So for that regional diversification story to play out, you need the broadening in the S&P because you need to see this tech story slow down to allow other regions to start to catch up.
And that FTSE 100 story, it's not going to be about the domestic economy. It's going to be, what is it, sector weighting and energy names? Or what's the rationale?
I mean, it's a bit of both. The UK economy is in decent shape. We've seen that this morning with GDP, with the labour market data this week. It all looks a pretty steady macro backdrop. But it's the sector composition that I like here because, as you say, you've got broader range of sectors. You've got higher weights to energy, to healthcare. It's a nice mix, to my mind, of that cyclical and defensive balance, which isn't so obvious in other parts of the world.